Hola bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic. I am Magic Mel. This is Al, my spirit guide, and I'm happy to have you here. This is episode 9 of Mel's Magic season 4. Entonces, I was going to try out something completely new today. As you may know, I like to reinvent myself often. I get bored easily. So, something new today is checking where we're at and telling a story. Let's see what the story is and where we're going to start. This is completely, I'm riffing, completely spontaneous, bah? So I've already invoked my guides, my angels, my spirit guides, and vamos para allá, ¿vale? So where are we at with our energy? You who's watching, me inclusive, because we're all connected. Where are we at? Let's see what our energy is. I'm using the Light Seers deck, which I like specifically for its very graphic illustrations. I mean, graphic in the good way. So, first card, we're starting our story, is the Nine of Swords in the reverse. ¿Vale? So, Nine of Swords in the original Rider-Waite tarot has everything to do with overthinking, being overburdened with worries, nightmares. Look at this girl, she can't even sleep. No, she's kind of haunted by these shadows. In the reverse, it means we're getting out of this. We're coming out of a time of worry, of mental stress, of anguish. We're finally coming to the end of this. And that literally flew out. Okay, we have two cards here. So, Nine of Swords, coming out of a time of distress and entering a phase of give and take. We made it out of the Nine of Swords into Six of Pentacles, which is give and take energy. We've re-entered the stream of life. We know that by giving, by projecting generosity out into the world, we will receive back in many forms. I have to open the window. It's so hot. So this is an absolutely good sign. We've moved on from this nightmarish state. Give and receive flow energy is back on the table. All right, let's organize these cards. The card that came afterwards was Eight of Swords. Oh gosh. Eight of Swords together with the Nine of Swords. Well, you know, life is an up and down. So we were in the release energy of the Nine of Swords, entering back into the flow, but probably still haunted by some regrets, maybe some overthinking. Look at this card. The girl, if you look closely, it's not like she's really tied up and at an impasse. It's more the reflection of her, meaning what I would interpret is her own projection, her own fears, her own imagination, her own narrative telling herself that she's unable to move. But if we take this image seriously, it is but a reflection, it is but in her imagination, ¿vale? So it looks like we're going in a bit of an up and down here. A ver, ¿qué más? Let's pull 6 cards in total. I've pulled 3 so far. I like multiples of 3 because I'm a life path 3 number. Life path number 3. Ooh. Next came 5 of Pentacles. So let's put the story together. 9 of Swords, back in the flow, and then the 8 of Swords, illusions of being at an impasse. And perhaps we're feeling a little bit out in the cold with the 5 of Pentacles. You see the girl outside of a locked door, but the key is visible just next to the door. It often happens now that we think, and we're stuck in our own heads especially, we think life is thrown as a curveball and we easily get into victim mode and we think there's no way forward. But in fact, the solution is right in front of us for us to take. So are we going to stay in this locked out victim mode, or are we going to seize the key? That is the question. The key, which will actually help us get out of the illusion that we're all tied up and that we're stuck. So that was the fourth card. Fourth card was the Five of Pentacles. Two more cards. How are we going to get out of this? Maybe the good question to ask is, what will help us to get out of this Five of Pentacles, out in the cold energy? What will help us to get out of this? We've done it before. We know that by giving to life and by giving to others, by reaching out, we will receive again. But as human beings, we get stuck in our head. So, the way forward is justice. The way forward out of our Five of Pentacles is justice. So we'll get out of the stuck energy once we trust that everything has its yin and yang, no? Nothing ever stays static. That if anything so-called, and these are just labels, so-called bad happened to us in the past, the reverse can happen to us easily, because everything, one of the laws of the universe is rhythm, no? Ebb and flows, nothing stays the same. Wheel of Fortune, we don't always stay on the top, we don't always stay down. It's a constant flux of things. So justice will be served. We will gain access to this key, and karma, maybe, I mean, I don't like, karma is kind of heavy also, but I guess it's cause and effect, no? What we put out will serve us justice. So if we get back into the flow of things and trust that we don't even have to do much to right the situation, but just trust in the flow of the universe, that the universe always looks for harmony. The universe always seeks to balance things out. So if we just go back into the flow of life and trust that the universe itself will take care of justice, that is the right mindset to get us out of our perhaps self-inflicted Five of Pentacles stuckness and feeling out in the cold. We have 5 cards now. Vale? No? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, I count in German. 5. Yeah, Justice being the last one. Justice is a major arcana card, so that's powerful energy. Vale? So maybe I want to ask the next question based on the Justice card. Reversed. In what way, is that a good question? Yeah, let's go for it. In what way will justice be served? Since we have been going in and out, looping from the 9 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords to the 5 of Pentacles, in what way will justice be served to us in a situation that has been affecting us energetically? What is the outcome of justice? Let's put it that way. Thank you so much. This is the last part of our little mini story. So, what is the outcome of justice being served? Oh my God! Temperance. This is major arcana. Okay, we have our story. Temperance. So, the justice that the universe itself will dish us up is temperance. Is the grace of temperance. And look at this. I love this card. It's an androgynous figure with, if you look closely, the tattoo of an alchemist, of the triangle of an alchemist on his chest, balancing, not even struggling, but literally coolly swooshing back and forth the energies of sun and moon, of yin and yang, of so-called light and shade, of which everything in this world of duality, everything is made of. And he's enlightened. She is enlightened. Look at the wings in the back. So the justice is served to us in the form of temperance. Meaning, after this period of, let's recap a bit, after this period of, let's go way back to the beginning, of nightmares, of mental anguish, we did learn along the way that we have to give back to life in order to receive again. However, us being human beings, we got stuck in our own heads again, and in a hall of mirrors that was just the product of our imagination. It was just a projection out into the quantum field where we thought, oh no, there was no way forward. And this very attitude made us feel left out in the cold. But the truth is, that the key was always there. Look at the key on the side of the door. We've never been locked out by the universe. It was us, maybe our mindset, maybe our false limiting beliefs that locked us out, whereas the key was always there. We should trust the universe to bring us back into balance, to bring the necessary ebb to our flow, or the flow to our ebb, to bring back the rhythm and balance to our life. And that anything that we felt might have been an unfair situation in the past will balance itself out naturally, not by revenge, not by us seeking out to, cause the other person harm maybe, but by literally going back to our power, stepping back into our tower, reclaiming our power, i.e. not feeding that situation anymore, but following our bliss and staying centered. And just by the very act of doing that, justice will be served, and we will be graced with the present card of Temperance, which is the ultimate seat of power. Knowing that our shadow parts are just important as our light parts. Knowing that is in our wholeness, in drawing the circle of awareness and acceptance so wide that all of our parts are, where all of our parts are accepted, that is our true power. And that is, in the end, the justice that will be served. And it's not against anyone, it's literally justice for ourselves. Because the story, the protagonist is always us. We involve all of these other people who we manifest to reflect our current state of mind, our current state of consciousness. But in the end, we are the main character. So to reach the state of temperance is a state of grace, because it is a state where we are totally empowered again and don't play the victim anymore. Get out of have learned the lessons of the past, that our mind usually tricks us and is the one that trips us up by projecting fear into our reality, and then us buying into that illusion of fear. So we have learned the lessons along the way, the lessons of not to overthink, to give, to project that which we want to receive, to activate that flow of life. We learned that fear is just an illusion, that we're never as trapped or locked out in the cold as we think we may be, that the key is always there to go back, to access back the flow of life, and that we don't even have to do anything to bring justice about. Life has a way of taking care of itself. The most empowering thing we can do is to take care of our own energy, to nurture the higher vibrations of gratitude, joy, bliss, and love, because out of those frequencies, everything abundant is manifested into our 3D world. So, universe is telling us, hey guys, remember, you are powerful beings. You know how to harness your light and your shadow. If you maintain this balance, anything is possible. So, what a beautiful ending to this little short story. I love it. I'm going to do this again. This is my first try. Vale? That was the Light Seers deck. Thank you. Thanking them always. And, wait, my feather's falling out. I found this feather yesterday on my walk. I love picking up things. So, another card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, just to cap this off. Beautiful deck, beautiful oracle deck. What advice do you have for us here, for this beautiful audience watching? You, yes, you watching, you here with me. What advice do you have for us in this current state of energy, in this point in linear time? Oh, already fell out. Ready? Love it. Regeneration. Oh my God, I love it. Thank you. And look at this card. Before we open the little booklet, we are in the energy of regeneration. And this speaks of hope. This speaks of, again, trust in the universe that everything is cyclic. Everything is cyclic. Look at the seasons. Look at the different stages, the different cycles we go through. I mean, being a woman, that's one thing, but everything in life is cyclic. Energy is cyclic. We might pass the same lesson a few times, not the same cycle, but on the spiral of growth, we pass the same lesson just to be able to respond in a different way. We're always given an opportunity. So regeneration gives us the hope that, it may look like winter sometimes. We might go through the 9 and the 8 of swords of nightmarish illusions, but we know that if we tap back into our core and if we trust ourselves and life, we will be regenerated, especially if we ask, reach out and ask. You know, the law, ask and you shall receive. I mean, Jesus said it, but it's a law of the universe. Ask and you shall receive. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're caught up in your head, ask for, especially Muriel and Raphael, they are healing frequencies. Call them angels, but they're essentially frequencies. If you ask Muriel and Raphael for healing energy, they will imbue you with beautiful energy. So ask. If you're in need and if you're in want of regeneration, trust that this is the season, this is the time where we will rise again from the burning ashes. And even if a fire happened, you know, sometimes bushfires, normal bushfires, not man-made ones, no, but normal bushfires, they're part of a healthy ecosystem. They burned on everything that's not needed anymore for the soil to produce fertile humus again. So look at this card. It looks like the volcano just erupted, and out of this lava, new soil is born and a tree can grow again with divine healing energy pouring down on it. Isn't it beautiful? So, 46, let's look what the booklet says. 46, 46. Vale, 46, ready? Regeneration. Essential meanings, rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. I love it. The Oracle's message. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic and stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destinies being fulfilled in wondrous ways. I love it. Relationship message. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only an illusion. There is life after death, love after loss. And in this moment, you're radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Oh my God, what a beautiful message. Prosperity message. What happens when it appears you failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then, once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start, a more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. New opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past because you really are experiencing a rebirth. Guys, come on. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that what our little short story also concluded with? Temperance, it's a rebirth from the 8 of Swords, from the 9 of Swords, from the 5 of Pentacles. No more nightmarish getting lost in our fear projections and feeling left out in the cold. This is the time to harness our energy and ask for divine intervention to regenerate us. And it's possible. We are like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So rejoice, guys, rejoice. Joy is the way. I'm telling everyone. The old paradigm is falling apart. Love and bliss and joy are the frequencies of the new earth. So my advice is tap into that. Tune into it like a radio station. Broadcast it to the universe. And the universe will dish up abundance and blessings. Without end. Without end. I promise you. Well, so let's start the week with this beautiful message of regeneration. Owl and I say hello. I am Magic Mel. My channel is Mel's Magic. If you like this video, hit the like button right here. Do check out Mel's Magic Season 1, 2, 3. We've got a lot of videos there. They have been taken or recorded at a certain point of time. But hey, time is fluid and the deeply personal becomes universal. Check it out because something might resonate there for you. Vale? And remember to share with friends. sending infinite love and gratitude. Leave a comment in the comment box. I'm open for any comment, feedback, anything you want to share. And have a beautiful start to your week. Sending much love. Ciao.